Hello guys! In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can get over 100 knowledge points in any profession on any fresh character. If you are not on a fresh character, meaning that you have already started any professions, this might not fully work for you. I mean, you might not be able to get over 100 knowledge points in one day. However, I think that some of those things will definitely give you some more knowledge points. So I think you should be following along either way. The first thing that you're gonna have to do is train your professions. However, if you want to maximize this guide and be able to get the 100 plus knowledge points in one day, you will be required to get enchanting first. If that is not the profession that you're gonna want to use later, you're still gonna have to get it first and you can drop it later, but we're gonna have to work with it to get ourselves some artisan security. But this is not a mandatory step, but this is if you're gonna want to push it to the limit and get the max in one day. So I just wanted to let you know that before. But overall, the first thing that you're gonna want to do is getting the one-time treasures in your professions. This is going to yield you 24 knowledge points. It's super duper easy. All you have to do is travel around the map and actually find those treasures. If you guys have the add-on weak aura, I will be linking you a very good weak aura in the description. If you don't have it, I highly recommend you to download the add-on weak aura, and you can follow this to find the treasures really easy. So all you have to do basically is click on the treasures in the list here and you can see where they are located. You will get a arrow for it, so it's really simple. But if you don't want to get the add-on, I will be linking the Wowhead post with all of the treasures in the description as well. So while you are out hunting for the treasures, I highly recommend you to go ahead and get the Renown knowledge points books. You can simply buy them in the decided Renown quartermasters. You will have to look up what quartermaster actually sells for your decided profession. So if you simply want to check what Renown quartermaster actually sells you the book, you can use the weak aura once again and find the decided book here in the list. Sadly, I have done it already and I couldn't find a character that I didn't do it on yet, so we'll have to do it like this. But it is here in the list and you can just left click and you can see what quartermaster actually sells it here. It's going to be any of the epic ones here, so you can go ahead and look. So if you don't have the weak aura, I think you can find it on the same link on Wowhead that I have linked in the description. I also want to say, while you are out hunting for the one-time treasures, make sure you pick up any dirt piles that you find and any small treasures that you find, because you can find weekly knowledge points from them as well. And if you decided to go with enchanting now in the beginning, you will have to get those dirt pile knowledge points either way to be able to complete the artisan security shuffle later. So make sure you dig the dirt and get all of the knowledge points that you can possible. Once again, highly recommend you to go ahead and get the weak aura, because with it you can actually see what type of treasures you can get here from the dirt, right? If you, for example, left click on this one, you can see found on treasures around Castlegar. So it's in treasures or it's in the dirt piles. When you have picked up these ones within a reset, they will remove, they will get added in the next reset, but simply you will have to get those two in enchanting to be able to do what you need to do later with enchanting if you decided to go this route. Okay, so the next thing that you're gonna want to do is come over to the City of Threads in Ashkahet. You're gonna want to go to your profession trainer in this city. It will be a vendor that offers you a book that gives you 10 knowledge points. It will cost you some kedge. If you don't have kedge, it's really easy to do. You will get it from the weekly quests in Ashkahet, or you will get it from picking up treasures and stuff here, doing some quests, etc. It's really easy to get. If you don't have it, just go ahead and farm some. If you have it on any other character, you can also just transfer it with the new warbound system here. But the book will cost you, I think, 565 kedge. Now I have picked it up on this character as well, so I can't find it, but the first time you're here, you can actually buy it one time only for both of your professions, so that will be 10 additional knowledge points very easily. I'm very sorry to interrupt, but I quickly just want to give a shout out to Goldcapped. I am currently affiliated with Goldcapped. They are offering premium gold making guides for anyone. It is in a written format, very easy to understand, and I really like their flipping guide in there, and I think you can find something that you like in there as well. If you click the link in the description, you will greatly support the channel. Also, you can use the code ELON10 to get a 10% discount on your subscription. But thank you so much, and let's continue with the video. The next thing I recommend you to do is very fast and easy. All you gotta do is come to the crafting orders here in Dornegal. You can search for treat. You will see all of the treatises here that you can get. Go for the Algori ones, pick the ones for your professions, and just send out a public order for any of those. They are really cheap to make, and they will grant you 1 knowledge point. You will be able to get one of these every week. Make sure to do this every week in your professions if you want to get some really cheap, easy knowledge points. So I highly recommend you to do that to get one additional in your professions. After you have gotten the treatises, you should head over to your decided profession crafting table. At the crafting table, if you are skill 25 or above, you will be able to do crafting orders. Actually, I'm not even sure if you need to be skill 25 or above, but you're gonna be able to see patron orders here that will offer you a lot of knowledge points. So some of them will give you 2 knowledge points each. Some of them will only give you the flicker, which will give you 1 knowledge point easy. This can grant you all from like 2 to 10 knowledge points the first time you do it, and those actually reset daily and 2 times weekly. So you will get flickers every day. This is the catch-up knowledge points that you can get in crafting professions. So you will have to do those to get some easy knowledge points. And also you can do the glimmerings. They give you 2, and this is the ones that reset 2 times weekly. So you do them, and I think it's like 4 days later or something, then they reset again and you get some easy more knowledge points. So make sure you do all of them. That isn't too expensive. If they are too expensive, I know, for example, in blacksmithing you can get really like insane stuff that you need to craft. Don't bother with them. Just go with the ones that you can afford and isn't like crazy expensive. So this is some very easy knowledge points. Also, don't forget to pick up the weekly quests for your professions. They will yield you extra knowledge points as well, and you finish them by simply just doing patron orders. However, if you are a gatherer, you also get weekly quests, and you finish them by turning in a few amount of materials to the trainer. Make sure you do this ASAP when you are a gatherer. You can do it after 25 skill in your profession. After you have done that every week, you will be able to get your catch-up knowledge points in gathering as well. So make sure you do it as soon as you can when it's a new reset, because if you haven't done it that week, you will not be able to get the catch-up knowledge points in your gathering professions, basically. So make sure you do that. In gathering as well, there are going to be no patron orders, but there are other ways to get your catch-up knowledge points there by simply mining and herbing after you have done the weekly quest. You will just get knowledge points more and more the more you gather, so really easy. Also for gathering, you're not gonna have any first time crafts, but instead you will have first time mines and herbs, etc. So you will get 1 knowledge point each for every new herb and ore node that you take. So that's pretty much how you get your first time crafts in those professions. But if you are a crafter, what you're gonna wanna do then is do all of your first time crafts. You are going to have a lot of crafts in your profession that you get simply from the trainer. How you can see if you have the first time craft enabled, you can go ahead and filter in your profession, take first time craft. You will list all of the crafts that you haven't crafted before, and when you craft them for the first time, it will give you 1 extra knowledge points. So if you do this, you can get a lot of knowledge points depending on which profession you are in. You get a little bit different, but do this, it will grant you so much extra knowledge points that it's really important to do. Of course, don't do the ones that you think is too expensive to do. So don't invest 100,000 gold in something if it's a first time craft or anything like that. Just save your gold if you don't want to be degen and spend all you have on first time crafts. But this will grant you a lot of knowledge points as well. If you want to push it even harder, you can buy recipes on the auction house. I don't really recommend doing this unless you have a certain goal that you really want to push for, but you will be able to get 100 knowledge points without it easily. Don't do that unless you want to like push hard in your profession. So after doing the patron orders and the first time crafts, now the little bit more difficult part actually starts. So if you decided to go with the enchanting route, either because you want to go with the enchanting profession or you have it because you want to do the Artisan's acuity shuffle, which will give you over 1700 Artisan's acuity in just 2 hours. So it's really simple to do it. I have a great guide for it. I'll link that in the description. It goes through everything step by step, so easy to follow. You will be able to do it for free basically, so that one is linked in the description as well. Don't be afraid to do this. This is not scary. It's really easy. It's really easy to do, so do not be afraid to do this, guys, if you want to push your professions hard. So if you decided to go with the Artisan's acuity shuffle, I of course cannot include that in this video because it would be too long, way too long. So yeah, as I said, it's linked in the description. But if you decided to go with it, or if you have some spare Artisan's acuity, this highly depends on what profession you go with. I recommend you to do different things based on what professions you pick, okay? So if you are a gatherer, for example, mining and herb herbalism, you are going to want to prioritize getting knowledge points before tools and stuff. Right, in the Artisans consortium here where we got the weekly quest, there is a vendor that offers you to buy 3 Artisan security books for a total of 900 per profession. So you will have 3 books per profession. It will cost you 900, but you will get 50 Artisan security back per one you use. So you will get 150 back. So a total cost of 750 Artisan security per profession to get 30 points. This is very, very useful if you are a gatherer or a farmer. For example, if you go with inscription tailoring for doing like the cleft farm or any open world cloth farm, etc., you don't need tools. So you just need knowledge points, and then you're gonna want to buy those books immediately for sure. It's really, really easy. However, if you are a crafter, I tend to recommend you to get the profession tools and equipment first in blue quality, because that is going to be often more important than the knowledge points. So this is kind of where you have to pick. Of course, if you have some spare acuity from before, maybe you will be able to afford everything. But if not, you're gonna have to decide if you want to go with the 30 knowledge points or the profession equipment. Right. If you did the Artisan security shuffle, you will have over 1700 Artisan security. So you will probably easily be able to get all of the 3 books and all of the equipment, at least for 1 profession. So I highly recommend you to do that then, probably if you want to push 1 crafting profession hard. So it depends if you're a crafter or a farmer pretty much. But this will give you 30 profession knowledge points in any of your decided professions. So very, very easy, very, very good. The last part I just quickly want to show as well is that you can do your quest in Darkmoon Fair if it is active. Currently, Darkmoon Fair is active until Saturday evening. So if you haven't done this yet and you're watching this video during a Darkmoon Fair, I highly recommend you to go there, do your profession quest. This will give you skill in the profession, this will give you knowledge points in the profession, and it will also do it for Dragonflight professions if you have Dragonflight professions. Hopefully I didn't forget any easy way to get your first knowledge points. If I did, let me know in the comments below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what kind of content you want to see in the future. Goodbye.